If you're learning Portuguese, then you've seen it, that giant mountain of verb tables. It feels impossible, right? But what if I told you it's not a mountain you have to memorize? What if it's actually a code, a system with a secret key? Well, today we're going to find that key. Let's get into it. I mean, if you've ever felt completely lost just staring at chart after chart of conjugations, you are definitely not alone. It's probably the most common wall that learners hit. But here's the thing, the problem isn't your memory. It's the way we've all been taught to approach it. So, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to look at the puzzle itself. Then I'll reveal the three, let's call them master keys to the whole system. We'll break down how each key unlocks an entire family of tenses, and then we'll put it all together to finally crack that code. All right, so first up, the verb conjugation puzzle. The biggest idea here is that we have to stop thinking of this as a memory game. It's not. It's a logic puzzle, and there's a system waiting to be figured out. The real secret isn't trying to cram every single tense into your brain. I mean, who could do that? It's exhausting, and it doesn't work. The breakthrough, the aha moment, comes when you finally see the underlying system that actually builds all those different verb forms. So, how complicated is this system? How many rules do you need to learn? 20? 30? Nope. It all comes down to this. 3. That's it. Forget the dozens of tenses you see in textbooks. The entire massive structure of Portuguese verbs is built on a foundation of just 3. And that brings us right to our second section. Let's meet these 3 magic tenses. They're known as the primitive tenses. And honestly, the best way to think of them is like the source code, or maybe the DNA that every single other verb form comes from. So here's the official definition, just so we're all on the same page. Primitive tenses are the foundation. Every other tense is called a derived tense, and that's because, as you're about to see, they literally grow out of one of these 3. And here they are, the big 3, your master keys. You've got the present indicative, which is your basic, I speak. Then there's the preterite indicative, the simple past, I spoke. And finally, the impersonal infinitive. That's just the basic form of the verb, to speak. If you can master these 3, the rest of the system just falls into place. Okay, let's tackle the first one, the present indicative. Think of this tense as the matriarch. It's the mother tense that gives birth to a whole family of other super important verb forms. So get this. Once you know the present tense really well, you suddenly have the building blocks for the present subjunctive, for expressing wishes or doubts. And you also get the imperfect tense for talking about ongoing things in the past. And on top of that, you get the imperative, how to give commands. It's like a buy one, get 3 free deal. Okay, check this out. This is where you can really see the pattern. Look at that first column. You take the stem of the present tense verb, like fall from follow. Now look across, you can see how that exact same stem is the base for the imperfect fallava and the subjunctive fale, and it works the same way for air and ear verbs. The root doesn't change. And the connection for commands is it's so direct. To make the do command, you literally just take the present tense form, fallas, and you chop off the s. That's it. For most of the others, you just borrow the form directly from the present subjunctive, which, as we just saw, comes right from the present indicative. You see, it's all one big connected family. All right, ready for key number 2? This is the preterite indicative, or the simple past. This tense isn't just for talking about what happened yesterday. It's a legacy that helps us build a whole bunch of other tenses. So what do you unlock by mastering the simple past? You get a whole set of really powerful tools. The pluperfect, for saying things like I had spoken. The future subjunctive, for when I speak. And the imperfect subjunctive for if I were to speak. Now, I know they sound complicated, but the pattern to make them is actually incredibly simple. And here's the proof. Just look at this table. See that theme or that root from the preterite, like fala or vende? That becomes the consistent base for all 3 of these derived tenses. Look how fala just becomes falara, falase, and falar. It's the same pattern every single time. Once you see that, you can't unsee it. It becomes totally predictable. And that brings us to our third and final key, the impersonal infinitive. This is the simplest form of the verb, the to do something version. And it holds all the potential for talking about the future and all sorts of conditional what-ifs. And let me tell you, this one is a real powerhouse. From that one simple infinitive, you can form the future tense, the conditional, and the personal infinitive, which is that really cool, unique Portuguese thing where even the infinitive gets conjugated. Plus, you get the participle and the gerund. So much comes from this one simple form.
This might actually be the easiest pattern of them all. You literally take the entire infinitive, falar, vender, partir, and that whole thing acts as your stem. Then you just tack on the endings. For the future, you add a, as. For conditional, you add ia, ias. So falar plus a just becomes falarei, I will speak. The base never ever changes. It's so clean. Okay, let's wrap this all up. It's time to put our 3 master keys together and really see how we've cracked the code of this entire system.
You know, this quote from the source material just says it perfectly. The name itself, primitive tenses, tells you everything you need to know. They're not just 3 random tenses in a long list, they are the origin, the source of everything else. So, what does this all mean for you right now? It means you can stop trying to memorize the entire ocean of verbs at once. Instead, you have a clear, simple, 3-step action plan. Forget about all those dozens of derived tenses for now. Put all of your energy into absolutely mastering the conjugations for just these 3 primitive tenses. Once you have them down cold, you'll have the tools to build everything else.
So there you have it. It's not about random memorization, is it? It's a beautiful, logical system all built from just 3 key starting points. You now have those keys. So the question isn't if you can master Portuguese verbs anymore. The real question is, what are you going to say first?